So I have MNQU pulled up on the right, MESU pulled up on the left. We just talked about this exact thing happening during our educational session. We just went over our New York AM range. So we came down, right? Our AM range was from this high to this low. We traded down into a discount. We traded into our 5-minute bullish breaker, and now we're seeing us pump right back for the highs. I'm expecting us to go back to our highs of the day here. We continue to pump. We just inversed that 15-minute bearish fair value gap there. Push right through it. So I'm expecting us to go right back for the highs of the day. Kind of playing out exactly how I would have expected it here. Getting that lunchtime reversal, trading back down to a discount, and then reversing right back up to our highs. So we have that buy-side liquidity up here. We have buy-side liquidity on an external level at these equal highs up top. And then we have our 4-hour imbalance up here. So I am now starting to look for long setups already. I'm going to start looking for good long setups leading into silver bullet hour. See if we're going to be offered anything solid, good fair value gap entries. Right now we're really pumping, really getting a nice move up. I'm expecting this trend to continue. I'm expecting us to push right through that next 15-minute imbalance. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a retracement off of this one up here. But notice how we pushed right through this one, closed above, and we continue to push up now. So I'm expecting this to head right back up for the highs of the day. So not too much analysis besides that. It's just that lunchtime reversal going down to a discount and now pushing back up to our highs. Just waiting for good levels to long from. We got a 5-minute bullish fair value gap down here. Five-minute busy down here. Yes, trading micros. So we got a 5-minute imbalance below. Let's see what else we got. We just keep going. We're not doing like too much retracing. We just keep creating like small order blocks and continue to trend up. Let's see what kind of reaction we get off this 15-minute imbalance above. Got this 15-minute imbalance up here. I do want to see if we're going to get some kind of reaction off of this and get some retracement. Maybe back down into a 5-minute imbalance. So we've still got about 10 minutes until we head into our silver bullet hour. But we are looking very strong, like I've been saying, to the upside to go grab buy-side liquidity. So we've been trending up all day. We've had a very bullish day today. We had that move down, and now we're headed right back up again. I wouldn't expect us to go to yesterday's high today. That would be a pretty crazy move if we made it all the way to yesterday's high. But I do expect us to make a strong move up. I mean, there's potential that we just keep going and keep going and keep going. And look, we're pumping right through that 15-minute imbalance right now. Man, we just keep going here. Look at that. This is crazy, guys. This is a crazy pump. Still really haven't found a level that I'd want to enter off of this pump yet. But it's going pretty wild right now. Again, we're still in that 15-minute imbalance. We could still see a reaction off of it. So I'm just kind of waiting for a good level. We closed on the last 5-minute. We're starting to see that bounce off the 15-minute bearish imbalance here. We're seeing that strong reaction off of it. It looked like we were going to pump right through it, and then we come right back down. So we're seeing us kind of pull back a little bit, but looking at that 1-minute time frame, still don't really have an entry necessarily that I want to take right now, and I don't want to jump into the longs while we are bouncing from a 15-minute bearish for value gap. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. We do continue to go. So let's see if we want to pump right through. Again, just kind of waiting to see us inverse. See if we can inverse that gap there. Waiting to see if we can inverse that fair value gap. We're getting a very strong reaction, so I might want to wait for silver bullet hour. So I might want to give it some time. Maybe wait, about 7.5 more minutes. Wait for us to get into that new hour. Close on this hourly candle here. And we can see we trade into that bullish fair value gap down on the hour, and we have pumped ever since. Remember, we had that bullish unicorn down here on the 1 hour that we pumped from this morning. Trade back down, almost into it again. Pump back up. So I'll say one thing. I'm not expecting to short this. Not looking to short this. I'm really just looking to long this right now. But only if I'm given a good opportunity. Have you guys been taking any more trades? Have you guys been kind of sitting on the sidelines? What have you been up to trading wise since we last spoke? Anybody? Small trade in the longs, the shorts. Small 10 tick longs. Okay, so catching those longs back up. Yeah, they've offered pretty good rewards so far. We're seeing that bounce off the 15-minute, though. That's that. Like, look at that. Right when we touch up into it, boom. Big retracement move. See if we want to trade back into this 5-minute. Down here, 5-minute bullish imbalance. And then get that continuation back to the upside. But yeah, so if anybody hasn't done this session before, I don't know if there's anybody new. All right, we're trading micros. We're trading on our prop firm accounts, 50Ks. Usually full lot 6 micros, half lot 3. If we entered on the 5-minute fair value gap, would the 15-minute be a good first TP? Well, let's check it out. Let's see what kind of reward we're looking at here. So let's say we got an entry. Let's say we did trade down into it. Like you said, we got an entry at the top maybe. Okay, so we could have a stop of about, 30 to 40 ticks, 35 ticks, let's say. And then taking a TP here, 53. So it's above a 1-to-1. So yes, it could be a good TP. I don't know if we're gonna even trade back into it. We'll see what happens here. I'm really waiting for this hour to close. I do want to see what silver bullet hour has to offer. But yeah, it just depends on your risk management. Let's say you wanted to make it a 1-to-2 risk to reward, then you could keep a 25 tick stop, and you would still be below that fair value gap. So, it just depends on what kind of RR you're looking for. But yeah, that 15-minute would be a good TP because we saw that reaction off at the first time. We definitely could see a reaction off of it again. We saw that stalling up here. Again, we are seeing that reaction. So yeah, it could be a good first TP if we do trade back down to the 5-minute. Could definitely look to target that level as a TP. But if we trade down into the 5-minute and we're moving up with a lot of momentum, then I would expect us to push right through that 15-minute up to the highs. So there might be a point where I try to hold through the 15-minute, maybe trail a stop or something. It just depends on how that trade is moving. Okay, so we're getting another, right? We trade back into the 15-minute, getting another reaction off of it again. Another reaction off of it again. So let's see if we're going to get any kind of retracement. Try to head down. That's just what I'm waiting for here. Waiting for some kind of retracement. See if we want to trade into that 5-minute. Right now we're kind of just chopping. Very choppy on the 1 minute. A lot of up and down stuff here. Not liking what I'm seeing. I think that was one of the things that that was one of the things that I journaled down that I thought of during the morning session. Something that I think I could have done better is I would see that move happen and we would start to expand, and I still expected us to move higher, but when we would start to stall a little bit is when I would get my entry. And when we start to see a stall too much, it's not always the best place to get an entry because sometimes we're just going to chop for a little while. So what you kind of want to see more of is, okay, we stop at a level and then we have a nice move down into a support level, into an imbalance, and then get in those longs and catch them back up. The issue with this morning is we weren't really trading back down into an imbalance that I liked. So I tried to get the more aggressive entries and obviously ended up, not working out. But that is something I journaled was, just instead of getting in when it's stalling, right, just kind of waiting for a better entry, a better setup than that. Because I was trading with the momentum and I did want to see those longs continue, but just the timing on the entry just was not there. So that's kind of what I wrote down, what I wanted to work on, what I wanted to improve on in my next sessions. So we're about to close on the hour here. Very strong up close candle on this hourly here. Trade into that bullish fair value gap down below. Pumped. We are seeing us really struggling at this 15-minute, and we're just seeing us chop. So we wait for that chop to happen. We wait for that, maybe a fake out move to the downside, or we wait for that displacement above and a retracement, and then we catch it up to the highs. So yeah, still very bullish. My bias is still very bullish right now. I do want to see the long step in. It's just about timing right now. All right, so we're about to close in the hour, about to go into silver bullet. Let's see what the new hour holds for us. See what kind of movement we get here. See if we can break out of the chop. Let's look at the VIX over here. VIX is still dropping. I still expect us to break out of this chop here. But I want to wait for that to happen instead of rushing into a trade at the top. And then for us to come right back down like we're doing now, chop us out. Instead, I just want to wait for that breakout to happen. Wait for a retracement move or wait for a fake out and then get involved. So that's what I'm waiting for here. We can see just an awful day of price action on ES as well. NQ hasn't had a bad day of price action. NQ has had a pretty solid day of price action. ES has been a lot more choppy than NQ today. But it just kind of looks funny on the 15-minute. So let's see if we can break out of the chop. Maybe if we can get a fake out move here. Give us something good that we can get it on. Stop accumulating. Push through the 15-minute. Or come back down and give us a nice entry on a 5-minute imbalance below. What I don't want to do, like I said, is get an entry right here. No entry right here. And let's say we just break out like crazy and we pump and you know, we don't get to get involved. Oh well. Then we'll miss out on it. And that's okay. We stuck to our plan. See if we can get some nice continuation on this move to the upside. Go target our buy side liquidity here. Want us to go target that buy side. All right, we've got a few levels. We've got a few more imbalances up here to push through. A 5 minute, 15 minute, not much. And then a few highs, a few internal levels of liquidity up here. So really just waiting. We still haven't broken the trend to the downside yet. We're still in this bullish trend, but I don't have any levels that I like enough to get any entries off of. We're still consolidating. Just want to see us break out of this consolidation. And then we can look to get involved in a position. VIX is still heading down, so my convictions in the longs are still here, just not the entries. Not the entries. We are still sticking to this very steep bullish trend here. You can see it's very steep all the way up. We haven't broken that. We haven't gotten any break of structure back to the downside. But we haven't been able to see any real continuation to the upside yet. No fair value gaps being created. Remember, during Silver Bullet Hour, I'm really looking for those 1 minute fair value gaps. And we're seeing this, as I talked about before, during our morning session. When we see all this choppiness with no imbalances, it shows that we have no strength in our move. There's no strength right now. Not enough volume. So no reason for me to be involved. No reason. This is just watching conditions right now. This is just watching conditions. Still can't seem to push through this 15 minute right now. It's holding pretty strong. Holding pretty strong here. Hopefully we'll get some better price action than this. I do expect us to have some better PA. In terms of news, we don't have much. We do have an FOMC speaker right now. Are coming up in about 5 minutes. So we have an FOMC speaker coming up in about 5 minutes. Could see the market just kind of preparing for that. Just kind of getting ready for that speaker before making any move. Still sticking to that bullish trend. Still not breaking it. But just pretty terrible price action. Pretty bad here. On all of these time frames. Let's look at what the 4 hour looks like here. 4 hour, very bullish. Inverse the 4 hour, bearish for value gap. Still looks very bullish. 1 hour is still looking pretty bullish here. We're in a 30-minute imbalance here as well. So 15 and 30 minute kind of holding us back. That's what we need to push through here. Need to see. That's up to you. I don't know what your position is. Not sure what your position is. Not sure what your entry is or anything. Like I said, my bias is still bullish. I still think we are trying to go grab buy-side liquidity. But I am not taking any entries as of right now. As of right now, no entries. Pull up the VIX one more time. Yeah, just got to be very patient here. Very, very patient. This is that account killer stuff. This is the price action that you can blow your account very fast in. Very fast. I feel like we need to play the Jeopardy song. Need to get this thing to move. Patience, patience, patience. Yeah, maybe we should listen to some music here. Do I got any song requests? Oh, here we go. Right as we start to talk about music, now we're starting to see a little bit of a breakout. Let's see if it's a real breakout or if it's just going to be a a little bit of a fake out move here. So we can see we're trying to push above that 15-minute here. This is what I want to see, but I want to see more continuation with a stronger, fuller body candle on this 1 minute. Just kind of a weak move still. Still kind of a weak move, but at least we're seeing something here. Just trade up into this 5-minute imbalance. No, we are not. I am not in anything. So we got a 5-minute SIBI here. All right, so we're starting to see a lot better movement here. Doesn't mean I'm going to chase. It means I'm going to wait for some pullback. Wait for us to come into a real level. Wow, look at that. Look at that explosion there. Look at that explosion. So we're still sticking to that trend. All right, as we said, we're expecting us to come back. I'm expecting us to come back up to the highs of the day. Just want to see a good level. I want to see us trade into a decent level, like a good 1 minute fair value gap. Even a 2 minute fair value gap. Something. But you will not see me chasing this. I don't care. I don't care if I miss out on this move. You're not going to see me chase the longs here. Gotta see a legit level. Let's see if we're going to get some pullback. VIX is still dumping here. Still dumping. Let's see if we can find something good. Patience, patience. Okay, let's see if we are going to pull back into this little 1 minute fair value gap we just created. And let's see if we're going to get a reaction off of this 1 minute. Or if we're going to trade down into our other 1 minute down below. Looks like we're trying to trade back into this 1 minute. Very strong move, not looking to long just yet. Need to see a reaction off of it before I get any entries. You see a nice reaction to the upside here if I'm going to get in the longs. A lot of pullback there. So we're respecting this 1 minute right now. I don't love how our 5 and 15 minute time frames are looking. We're looking pretty weak at the top, but I did want to see some kind of pullback. So I would be willing to give the longs a shot, but I would need to see a lot more of reaction than this. We're still not moving too much. We just create a bearish fair value gap above on the 1 minute. Okay, let's see if we're going to inverse, if we're going to start to push through. All right, I'll test them out. I'll test out the longs here. Oh, okay, I didn't get my account connected. My bad, guys. So I test out the longs with half a lot at 19.93925. And again, just half a lot, and I'll probably sell pretty quick. If we're going to drop like this, I'm just going to get out. If we're going to drop, I'm going to put my stop just below that last wick down at 19.93175. So I'll put my stop loss there. Just 30 tick stop loss with half a lot. And just testing to see if we're going to push through an inverse and respect our bullish fair value gap and continue. And if I see this one drop and respect a bearish fair value gap like we're seeing right now, that's when I'm starting to think that we might be going down to break structure back to the downside. Because so far, we are respecting that. We trade into that bullish imbalance on the 1 minute, and then we traded right down. So let's see if we still want to make a push up or not. So just a 30 tick stop loss right now. Half a lot. I'll let you know if I add into a full here. I would need to see a lot to add into a full, because we're still seeing us react off that 1 minute bearish imbalance here. All right, I'll add into a full here. We're looking pretty aggressive back to the upside. I'll keep my stop where it's at. Keep my stop where it's at. Entry moved up just a tad. 3975. Oops. 3975 is my new break-even point. I really want to hold this up to our highs of the day. So 19.968 is where I want to take TP. So I'd be willing to hold for first TP all the way to that point if we show a lot of aggressive movement to the upside, if we show a lot of momentum. But if we show a lot of weakness here and we can't push through that 1 minute imbalance, if we can't inverse this 1 minute bearish fair value gap, then I'll just get out. So about 32 tick stop loss here. And trying to catch about 113. All right, so about 3.53 there on my RR. Let's see if we can inverse this 1 minute. We got the pullback that we wanted. We traded into a 1 minute fair value gap. We reacted off of that. Now we just need to see us inverse this bearish 1 minute. Again, you can always look to take TP at different levels. I'm really just going to be judging this one based off how we're moving. And if we can't push through that bearish imbalance, well, then I wouldn't want to be in this trade anyways. See if we can get that momentum. We can get that move up. Push through right here. We have that 2 minute imbalance below as well. We might be trying to head down for that 5 minute imbalance below. If that's the case, I'll just wait and look for a different entry. We are heading down here a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, that 5 minute is holding strong. That 1 minute bearish imbalance is holding strong. It's holding strong. Still hasn't stopped me out. Still have my long bias. Just need to see us really push through. Like pretty soon. I like that long wick down there. I like the weakness to the downside. But then we see us head right back down again. All right, back into that 1 minute. We're still respecting it. Still bouncing off of it. I'm just not liking that we haven't really seen any fall through. Okay, so my entry was at 19,939.75. Stop loss at 19,932. That TP is up there at 19,968. Can we get a pump out of NQ here, guys? Can we get it? Can we get it? Back into profit for now. All I want to see is us inverse this 1 minute bearish fair value gap and inverse the 5 minute, which we still can't seem to do. That was a better up close candle there on the 5 minute. We can't seem to inverse those imbalances. And by inverse, I just mean disrespect, just closing above. So I'm still holding on to this one. 32 ticks of risk. Pretty light risk here. Sitting in a little bit of profit. We just can't seem to break through. We're just kind of chopping. A lot of chop. After having a nice move up, we're back to chopping again. See if this one's going to move down aggressively, stop us out, or if it's going to bounce off that 1 minute again. This one's looking a little more aggressive to the downside. Real close to my stop loss here. Real close yet again. Yeah, just so much chop here, guys. So much chop. Getting close within the tick. Oh my gosh, it's Just messing with me here. Within the tick of my stop loss like 3 times. So I'm still holding it. Again, 32 tick stop. We'll see if it takes us out here. This price action has been ridiculous ever since we got in. So I just can't really be too mad about that. Can't be too upset. When we see price finally starting to expand and we see a nice pullback and I see a great entry level and then price decides to chop, I can't really control that. So I'm not going to get upset about it. Somehow we didn't stop me out there. Don't know how. Don't know how. Got real close. We're still in it. We are still holding. I'm still holding. I don't know if anybody else is still holding. So here's what I'll do. If we get back to break even and we again struggle to push through and we just start to drop again, I might just scale out and wait for a different entry. But I'll keep holding this, see if we can push through, see if we can break out of this awful price action here. Actually try to break out. Is this it here, or are we going to come right back down? Hopefully this is it. And I'm willing to hold this one all the way for 113 ticks for my first TP. If we can get that breakout. We're right back down again. So we do have some equal lows down here with the fair value gap below. So we might see price try to target that before getting a pump. So again, break even. We're around break even. Still opportunity. If you're not liking the trade, this is an opportunity I've been thinking about maybe getting out and waiting for a re-entry. I'm still holding for now. Been in this trade for a little while. It's just been up and down, up and down, up and down. Alright, but I knew my risk coming into this trade, and that's why I'm willing to hold it right now. Just because we haven't stopped me out, and I still have my conviction in the longs. I see ES is pumping again. Look at ES starting to try to pump out of that. I still see the VIX dropping. We still have our buy side liquidity to be taken. The one thing I will say, like I said before, is we have this 5-minute imbalance below with 2 equal lows. We might go target that. If that's the case, I'd probably just look for a re-entry back there. How long will we be holding this one? Might be holding this one for years. I'm going to come out of this trade with a super long beard. Looking like Tom Hanks in Castaway. Come on, NQ. Let's just see that pump. Let's see that pump now. Pump it real good. If we do pump past this high here, I'll probably just move my stop to break even and then just let it ride up to the 113 tick mark, up to the high of the day. Just make it a risk-free trade. We're starting to get a little more momentum on ES. Let's see if we can get that momentum on NQ as well. Come on, NQ. This would be a great hold, guys. This would be an amazing hold if this one plays out. Come on, NQ. Push it, push it, push it. Push it. I'm like debating right now making this a risk-free trade. At the same time, I don't want to cut it too early, just in case we do want to trade back down a little bit before making the move. I kind of want to wait for us to pump past that high before I make this a risk-free trade. Again, that could still be a good first TP level at this high. For someone that doesn't want to hold all the way to the 113 ticks, still above a 1-to-1 risk to reward there. Still 50 ticks. Alright, I'm making this risk-free. I'm just moving my stop to break even, guys. I'm moving it to break even. At this point, it's a risk-free trade, and we'll see if we can ride it all the way up to the top here. So far, great hold. Just 50 ticks just hit. Hopefully we don't want to come down and stop me out at break even. Let's go all the way to 113. Let's go all the way to 113 ticks here. I mean, my conviction is still there in the longs. Still want to see them step in. We're starting to see more momentum here. Hopefully this isn't just a fake out move. Want to see that continuation up here. Come on, NQ. Let's do it. Or should I say MNQ? MNQU. MNQ University. Come on, there we go. Here we go. To the moon, to the moon. Let's go. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. So I have my limit order set up there, guys, at 19,968 for my first TP. I'm just going to sell half up there, and then I'm going to start trailing my stops very closely after that. Very closely after that. This is one of those diamond hands trades for me right now. Just holding strong, holding until we hit that high of the day, because I have a lot of conviction in this trade here. There we go. Let's make it up there. Can you take me to the top? Can you take me to the top? Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We are almost there to our first destination. Anybody getting off at Mars? Or are you guys sticking around for the moon? I don't think that order is correct. I think Mars is probably further than the moon, but I'm no astrologist. I'm just a little old trader. Little old Trader Joe. Can we hit it? Can we hit it? Can you guys imagine if we came back down and stopped me out at break even? That'd be kind of funny. We hold. We hold. Guys, this one could go all the way up. It could go all the way up to those equal highs up top. All the way up. That's why I'm willing to leave some runners, because we got a lot of room to run here. I just want that first TP to get hit. I want to move my stop into profit and then just let my runners run. Let them run. Let's see if we can hit it. Yeah, I might cry too if it hits me at break even. But that's the risk I'm willing to take. And that's up to you what your guys' plan is on this trade. There's been plenty of TP opportunities. Plenty of opportunities to move your stops into profit. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to hold this whole thing. Remember, you got free will. You got free will. That would be really, really funny if it came up to like this close to hitting my TP and then came down and saw me out of break even. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, But we're holding strong. We're holding strong. It would be, right? We came like within 1 tick of my stop loss like 3 times. Great RR overall. Just want to see this one really play out. See if this one can make it. Let's see if this one can make it and not stop me out. Look at how awesome that 5-minute candle looks there. Amazing. Amazing 5-minute candle. Amazing 15-minute candle. Yeah, we got that divergence. But I'm willing to hold through. Again, I'm trading these prop firm accounts. I'm trying to catch as much profit on these prop firm accounts as possible. But yes, I do see what you're saying. When you see that SMT between ES and NQ, be a good level to take some profit off. When we see, right, if we're looking at ES over here, we see ES take out the high of the day. Right there, right? Yeah, that would be a good level. A good level to take profit. Let's see right when we hit it. What was that time? So the issue with that is when ES took out that high, NQ was still all the way down here. So we were still a long ways away. But I do see what you're saying. So I'm still holding, guys. I'm still holding. My stop's still at break even. Like I said, you guys got the choice to do what you want to do here. You guys got the choice. Remember, I'm a lot more I'm willing to take more risks with these prop firm accounts because they're just evaluations. It's not like it's a live account or anything for me. So understand that when I'm trading these prop firm accounts, I'm willing to take way more risk in terms of like holding on to trades and not taking off profit at certain levels because I'm trying to, allow this one to run a little bit further. So understand if this was a live account or maybe a PA account, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I probably would have taken off profit. We're coming all the way back down, guys. All the way back down. Uh-oh. This is... I told you guys. What did I called it, though? You have to say I did call that. I did call that. I said, watch this one almost hit my TP and then come down and stop me out at break even. Yeah, I do need to stop putting that in the atmosphere. So we do have this 5-minute bullish for value gap underneath this 5-minute candle. Let's see if we're going to get a bounce from there. We might. Okay. Like I told you, did anybody actually not take any? Did a lot of people not take any TP? Okay, no TP. Are you trading an evaluation? Are you trading a funded? Come on, let's bounce from here. Let's see if we can bounce from here. Got out at the top. There we go. Okay, so that, as I was saying, like, it just depends on what your plan is, right? What you want to do. Like I always say, you do not have to hold like me. You can take those TPs. That's why I still call out those TPs, guys. That's why I still call out that 50 tick level. All right, that's why I still talk about it up here, saying this is still a great level to take off some profit. Can you take me higher? Come on. Yeah, I mean it's looking okay. I'm still holding on to it either way. I'm still holding on to this one. I might even add a few more in and just, keep my stop at break even, but if we're going to drop, it is what it is. Well, that's good. AZ Sunshine, like as long as you're sticking to that plan of waiting for TPs to hit, yes. That's good. That's good. However, if you're trying to fix a certain problem, then yeah, that I completely agree with that being, a good thing to do, just sticking out your trades all the way. Because it's gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me at break even. It got me at break even by the tick. Oh man. I kind of did call that one out on myself. I did kind of call that one out on myself. So we did get that SMT. Right. As I was saying, if I was on a live account or a funded account, you would have never seen me do what I just did, which is why I tried to make that as clear as possible for anybody that might be like, why would he do that? Okay, the only reason I did that is because I'm on evaluation accounts. So came back down after that SMT. Let's see what we're gonna do now. Let's see what we're gonna do now. So back into that inverse 5-minute gap. Let's see if we respect this 5-minute here, if we're going to close below that or not. Let's see if we're going to close below that or still respect it. And start to head up from this level again. We're about to close in about 20 seconds on this candle. Doesn't. Let's see. Okay, so we're starting to get that move up. Starting to get that move up. I'm starting to like the longs again. I'm going to test out the longs again here, guys. Just a half a lot here. Half a lot. 19,948. I like that we came into that imbalance. I'm not liking what I'm seeing yet, but 19,948 entry with just half a lot. And I'll just keep my stop down here. I'll give it about 35 ticks here. I'll put my stop at about 19,93925. So what I like from this is that we came back, we tested that bullish fair value gap beneath the order block, but we pulled back very far, respecting it, started to get that momentum back to the upside. Yes, guys. Yes, I am in. Like I said, half a lot, nothing crazy. I'm just testing it out again. It's almost a very similar entry to what I had before, but if we start to move down after seeing that SMT, and we start to move down aggressively, I'll just get out again. We can start to pump. I'll add back into a full. I'll try to catch it back to the top. So we'll see. Still in half a lot right now, guys. Half a lot, 35 tick stop. If we start to move down with any crazy movement, I will get out. So we're just kind of hovering around break even. I'm going to add into a full position. I just added into a full position there. Where did my entry move up to? 949. Moved up a lot. Not too much. So I'll keep my stop down below this low. 35 ticks at 19,940.25. So just moved up a few ticks, and I'll look to take TP back at the highs again. I'll look to take TP back at these highs up here. If we can make that breakthrough, if we can get momentum. So far, we're seeing weakness there. It really looked like we're starting to get a strong move up. We're showing a lot of weakness here. Not seeing that follow through I was expecting so far. We'll see. Yes, I am in for real. I am in for real, guys. I didn't connect my account before on TradingView. That's why you're not seeing it on there, but I am in. I am in back in the longs. Okay, so we're moving. There we go. So I'm going to take, I'll probably just take TP up at these highs or hold them again up to the highs of the day. You know, it's not as much reward as we saw before, but it's looking pretty good here. So I have my limit order up at the highs of the day still, so I'll probably just take TP up there. At this point, I'll probably move my stop to break even pretty soon. Once we pump up a little bit higher. We've only hit like 31 ticks. Very good re-entry though. Let's see if we can get that continuation. Oops. I do want to see us push up back up to the highs again. So far, yeah, solid re-entry. I still have my stop loss at 19,942.5. I haven't moved it to break even yet. Yeah, we're not seeing the follow through. Very nice up close candle on that 1 minute. And then we come right back down. Not exactly what I want to see. I want to see a lot more continuation. So this 5 minutes about to close. Do you have an indicator that shows what time the candle's closed? No, I don't have an indicator, but I just look at the time on either TradingView down here or I look at it on my Tradovate screen. Alright, so again, I'm still holding this one. Still holding here. My limit order is set at 19,968 up at these highs still for a TP. And if we can get a pump again, I'll just move my stop to break even. Make it another risk-free trade. See if we can make our way back up to the highs. The VIX is still dumping, guys. ES is starting to move back up. I just want to see us get a little bit more movement than what we're seeing right now. Alright, so I'm still risking just 35 ticks here. 35 ticks. And I'll hold on to this one again and see what happens. See if we can get that move back to the highs of the day. And then potentially see if we're going to get that breakout move, you know, a lot higher up there. We'll see how far NQ or MNQ wants to move if we do get that another breakout move. We are getting closer to power hour in about 14 minutes. So just holding on to this one right now. See if we get some more movement. Get some more volume. I still really like these longs. Still have my conviction here. See if we can get them up. Get them up to the highs. Again, another trade where every trade I take, guys, you don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. You can do whatever you want to do, whatever your trading style is, whatever your plan is. If you want to scalp, you can scalp. If you want to hold, you can hold. If you don't like a trade, you don't have to take it. If you want to move your stop to break even, you can move your stop to break even. I just tell you what I'm doing, just to give you a basis to see, if you want to base your trades off of mine. So we're still not showing a lot of strength here. I really liked how those longs were looking. We're trading back down again, showing a lot of weakness to the upside. Might want to cut this one here. I might want to cut it. It might stop me out here. Might stop me out. We're getting pretty close. All right, so that one stopped me out. So yeah, we're just showing a lot of weakness to the upside there. I still had all my conviction, but now we're starting to see a break of structure. Now we're starting to see a reversal pattern again. Jeez. That was a little bit of an aggressive move there. A little bit of an aggressive move to the downside there. So we're getting that reversal pattern. Let's see if we want to displace here on the 1 minute. Create that bearish breaker. That was an insane 1 minute candle there after we have not seen movement like that in a while. Traded down to this 15-minute bullish fair value gap all the way down here. So we just created a 1 minute bearish breaker. We're trading back into that breaker. I don't know where that volume came from on that candle, because we went from being very slow, moving. This move was good, but we haven't seen a 1 minute candle like that in a very long time. Could be a fake out. Could be. So I'm going to be a little bit more patient here. But we did see that market structure shift in a reversal pattern form. One minute unicorn model here. Let's see if we're going to respect this unicorn model, this fair value gap, and start to head down, or if we're going to push right through it. Oops. The breaker is the lowest down close purple candle. Yes. Bearish candle on that first low to high. So now I'm just waiting to see if we're going to push right through that unicorn. I got you, Corona. See if we're going to push right through that unicorn, if we're going to drop from it. Yeah, I mean, it could be a fake out move for sure. Not something I'm ready to just jump back into. Looks like a big fake out move. We'll see here what we do. We did trade right into that 15-minute below. I haven't used FFN. I haven't used the Edge Pro for a long time, so I'm not too sure about that one. I'm not too sure what their rules are in terms of how many contracts you can trade. Anybody else? Is anybody else here? Have you guys traded FFN? Know the answer to that one? I only traded with FFN for a very short time period, and it was a while ago, so I don't remember exactly. Okay, so we just closed above the 1 minute breaker. Disrespecting that. Looking like a fake out to the downside. Waiting to see if we're offered another trading opportunity here. And see if we get some pullback. So interesting price action here. We disrespected the breaker, but we're still in that bearish 1 minute fair value gap at the moment. Let's see what kind of reaction we get. Didn't even touch into it yet. Seeing us kind of bounce from that level. So we'll see if we respect this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. If we're going to start to bounce from it, I would look to take the longs one more time. Let's see if we're going to get that pull back into the fair value gap. We almost did. But look at the 15 minute. Look how we traded right into this 15 minute bullish fair value gap here. And then bounce right from that level. So a big fake out move there. So just waiting here for one more good entry. Let's see what we do if we trade back into it. So now we're pumping without trading back into it. So I still do think these longs are gonna try to step back in here. I'm not ready for an entry yet. Not gonna chase. So I'll just be patient for one more entry. So we had the 1 minute bearish unicorn, yes. But we came up and we did close above the breaker block. Okay, we did trade down to that fair value gap. So we did close above the 1 minute bearish breaker block. I know we're respecting the fair value gap, but we're still looking pretty bullish here. Looking like a fake out move to the downside. So prices kind of ran away on me here. Prices kind of ran away. I wanted to find a better entry down here to get in those longs, and it's kind of just ran away pretty quick after making a very aggressive move down and then pumping right away. Didn't give me too much time to be able to get a good entry. Let's see what we do. See if we can get one good setup here. So yeah, that bearish unicorn. So we had this down close candle here, but it was closed above. And we displaced this 1 minute fair value gap as well. So it has been disrespected. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Sorry, this could be an emergency call I need to take. 1 sec. Yo, everything good?
Yeah, please tell me you're free tonight.
What?
Please tell me that you're free tonight,
Why?
because I have an extra ticket to the Padres game.
What's tonight? I might be, yeah.
And we're leaving at 4 o'clock from home.
Who are you going with?
Coworkers. Friends plus coworkers. It's a bobblehead night. It's camp bobblehead night.
Okay, you're leaving at 4?
Yeah, we're going to the house, dropping off everyone else's cars, and we're heading straight out.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know. I need to see because I plan on playing golf today, so it just depends.
Okay, well, let me know, like, in the next, like, 10 if you can, and I got
I'm running a session right now.
Okay.
I'll be done in like 10-15. I'll call you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, bye. All right, sorry about that, guys. It indeed was not an emergency call. Thought it was. You never know when your little brother calls you and says, "Call me right away." Sometimes you think it might be an emergency, so. All right, anyways. I did not get that entry down here. I don't know if anybody did. It was too aggressive of a move down, and then it instantly went up to where, again, I don't like to put limit orders for my, for my entries. I like to kind of mark it in. So not an entry that I was really ready to jump into just then. And now price is kind of moving slow again, right? We're not seeing a lot of follow through. Not seeing a lot of follow through in our price action here. But I do expect these longs, as I've been saying this whole time, to continue to try to go take out those highs up top. We'll see. We're just very choppy again. Every time NQ tries to make that push up, it kind of just fails. Kind of fails to see that follow through. Not gonna lie, that one scared me. I'm gonna yell at my little brother for that. When people, when people will text you and like it sounds like they're in like a really bad emergency and they're like, "Call me right away." It's like I'm gonna have to call, and then it ends up not being an emergency whatsoever. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I'm like in the middle of a session right now, man. You gotta be better with your words there. Like I thought you were dying. He's like, do you want to go to the Padres game with me tonight? I'm like, bro, you couldn't have called me after. Gotta love little brothers. I am 23. 23. So guys, still just choppy. Not the best price action right here. I mean, that trade, I know a lot of you actually kept some pretty good profit on this one here. So that trade has really been our only really good setup so far. I still liked my other long setup. It just didn't play out. And we saw that crazy aggressive fake out candle there. So I know some people held all the way with me. I know some people had the diamond hands. But is most people in the profit here during the session? Or are some people in the red? Some people at break even? Oh, sweet. Okay, Kia trades. You scalped it down in the green. Pass your red, so you held with me. I am red 2 on these prop firm accounts right now, guys. Green, green, green. Red, green. Okay, so the majority, it seems like, are green. We've got a few that are red. And are you red because you held with me? Is that why? I would assume so. And if so, why did you hold with me? Did you hold because you just wanted to follow me exactly, or did you hold because you saw the same thing that I saw? Okay, yeah, so you had the same conviction, right? So you were sticking to your plan. Yes, great. So that's what I wanted to hear, right? So for anybody that was holding with me, I wanted you guys to be able to defend your reason for why you were holding with me, right? Just like me, I had my conviction that I really thought we were going for those highs, but we did see that SMT, and that's kind of when we started to move down. But as long as you have that conviction and you understand that makes me happy, because now I know you weren't just blindly following me on that one. You were like, yes, I really thought that was going to pump. I had my conviction, and it didn't work out. And you wanted, I know AZ Sunshine was talking about, she wanted to stick to her plan, right? She wanted to hold all the way. And that's what it's all about. So just coming up with that plan and sticking to it. If you are struggling with taking profits too early and not letting your trades play out, then sometimes you want to just let those trades play out and wait for them. And if they don't work out, they don't work out. And at least there was a break-even stop on that one. Very green. So you can go buy yourself some of that gabagoo. So no more trade entries for me right now. Not liking this. Not liking this stuff. Well, at least you're green today. Did anybody get the long entries when I was talking about it down here? Or is everybody pretty much just sitting on the sideline? I mean, this price action isn't something that I want to trade anymore. Not right now. There we go. Make sure it's a pearl necklace. Yes, I do live in the same city. I live in the same town as Danny. So we really just can't break out of this range. Looks like we're going to kind of do this for a while. Yes, and John. I used to live with John. So guys, I mean, I would expect us to maybe have one more move during power hour. I don't want to sit around and wait all day for us just to, maybe catch a trade at the very end. Right now it's just kind of like chop, chop, chop. Just chop, chop, chop here. For me, it was really just after learning ICT and actually seeing how the market moved, and just seeing like how the whole idea of liquidity was something that I had no clue about how it truly worked before. Once I started focusing and figuring out what liquidity was and what those those pools of liquidity actually are, that's kind of when things really started to click. And then I started looking into fair value gaps and all the basic ICT terms. And then I started finding these entry models. And just each little thing I started learning more and more started opening my eyes more to the market. And it would just click one model at a time. I would start, seeing things that I never saw before. But really just seeing that liquidity and how price is always targeting liquidity on one side or the other. That's what really clicked. And then it's just, how do you figure out which way, which liquidity it's going for? And then from there, it's just, okay, now we just got to get entries and ride it to that liquidity level. And just making it simple. I used to just overcomplicate trading so much. And I would try to learn so many different things at once. And once I made it simple and just said, all right, I'm going to have a daily bias. I'm going to look for a liquidity sweep. I'm going to look for price to target this. I'm going to find an entry model. Boom, I'm in. That's it. Just locking it down. Have a few confirmations, few convictions. That's it. Not trying to look at 20 different stocks at one time. Not trying to look at all these different indicators all over the screen. No, just keeping it very simple. But yeah, I'm not going to sit around in this chop much longer, guys. This stuff is not what I'm trying to trade anymore. We had some good price action. The price action has kind of gone away. Keep it simple, stupid. I like that. I thought you were just saying kiss to me. Yeah, guys, I don't want to take any more trades with this chop. I'm just gonna call it here. I don't like this stuff. Let's go. So, again, if you are red, don't let this chop make you revenge trade. If you're gonna take another trade, make sure it's very solid. Make sure it's an A+ setup. You have your conviction. Hey, we'll get there, Bash. We'll get there. There's always tomorrow, all right? We're still fresh in the week. Let's go. I got you guys. Got you. I appreciate you guys so much. You are the best. Keep it up. Keep up that mindset. Keep up that positivity. And we will keep killing it in this market, all right? Maybe not as much today for me, but we'll keep killing it. All right, God bless you guys. Stay safe today. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Peace out.